It's alive.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Paul, it's alive.
It's alive! And with that, Boris Karloff brought the Frankenstein monster to life for Universal Studios. Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, TCMU favorites, brought the star power for Hammer. And Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, and Marty Feldman brought the laughs. And not to forget Madeline Kahn and Terry Garr for bringing the sizzle.
What knockers?
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
But who brought it best for the multi-generational crew here at TCMU? Welcome back to They Call Me Uncle. Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee, and Peter Boyle brought 3 distinct takes on the monster. While Colin Clive, Peter Cushing, and Gene Wilder embodied the real monster, Dr. Frankenstein. Or Frankenstein.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
Yes, the titles do refer to the doctor and not his creation, but when you hear that name, whose face do you see? The good doctor always has a trusty henchman in Fritz, Paul, and Igor, was it?
No, it's pronounced Igor.
To aid in his experiments, but mostly to steal the corpse's Birkin hairstyle. In all 3 movies, Dr. Frankenstein has a lovely leading lady named Elizabeth, give or take Inga. All 3 movies demonstrate that some assembly is required, hijinks ensue, a few measly innocents get killed here and there, and then the angry mob shows up with pitchforks to scare the living crap out of the monster with fire. James Whale's Frankenstein from 1931 is full of iconic moments. One could say it defined, or at the very least redefined, the Frankenstein mythos almost as much as Mary Shelley's original book. It scored at least one 5-star moment from each of us. Boris Karloff became immortal through his depiction of the creature, and the production design was so good it set the standard for every Frankenstein iteration since, including one on this very list. The film is relatively short at 70 minutes, though never feels lacking. While not outright frightening by today's jaded standards, it has all the suspense and atmosphere you could want, and by the end you truly do care about the monster. Both of them. Frankenstein 31 gets a 3.52. The Curse of Frankenstein from Hammer Studios released in 1957. It was noticeably more focused on the horror aspect and on Dr. Frankenstein himself. While the 31 movie defined Frankenstein the monster, Peter Cushing defined Frankenstein the man. It actually kind of works against the movie, sidelining Christopher Lee's take on the creature and making him the only one on our list that has no lines, as well as the only one who gets a final ending. Whatever that means in Frankenstein, at least. While the movie got no 5-star moments, Curse of Frankenstein earned enough 3 and 4-star moments to earn a respectable 3.43. While Frankenstein 31 is the most iconic, Young Frankenstein is far more quotable.
Could be worse. How? Could be raining.
It might be dangerous. You go first.
Abby who? Abby Normal.
This movie introduced our younger members Carter and Mason to the scene-stealing Marty Feldman. The casting on this one as a whole is nothing short of amazing, with even the bit parts being memorable and fun. Allegedly, Mel Brooks rented the actual set dressing from the 1931 film just for the street cred. Multiple 5 stars, several 4s, and nary a 3 in sight. Resulting in 3.87. And now for the ranking. Curse of Frankenstein lumbered into 3rd with 3.43. Frankenstein 31 came in 2nd with 3.52. And young Frankenstein stood square head and bulky shoulders over the rest with 3.87. And now we dare to compare to our master list. Young Frankenstein and Frankenstein 31 slide into second and third respectively between John Carter and Fantastic Four, while Curse of Frankenstein wedges itself into fifth. We at TCMU were so taken by the 31 movie that Uncle Morgan filled his entire trophy wall with Frankenstein artwork for the better part of a year. And our resident artist Mason was inspired to create a monster all his own. Check it out in the description. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
It's good to be the king.